Buenos dias, chiquititos! The purpose of today's video is to go through some possible sentence ideas for 2.3 TTT. Let's get started. So as you know, TTT stands for Top 10 Toughies. And what I did was I just chose 5 different words that might be especially challenging for the typical student. I put them on a T-chart and then I put them into sentences. Remember, the Top 10 Toughie assignment was part of your packet work. And if you want, of course, you can comment on this video and ask me to go over any sentences with you. But for now, I'm going to share some sentences that I created that I hope inspire you. So let's get started. I just did 5, and here is my T-chart for the TTT assignment. So I put Spanish in one column, English would be for the other, and let's go over what these 5 words are. So for number 1, I chose pasear. I love this verb. Now, pasar means to pass or to spend time, but pasear means to go for a walk. Now, caminar and andar mean to walk, but pasear means to go for a walk. It has this idea that you're taking your time, you're noticing things, you're enjoying your time. Sort of like if you were to go to the canal or Green Lakes or some other beloved place that you like to enjoy nature, you would go and you would pasear. So, pasear would mean to go for a walk. And so you would write that down on your T-chart. Number 2. Antes means before. Now, this is an interesting word. Antes and entonces, numbers 2 and 3, are both sequencing words. This is what you would use when you were developing some main paragraphs. So antes is usually followed by de plus infinitive. So when you notice my sentence, you're going to see antes plus de plus infinitive to indicate that something is happening before. So antes means before. Entonces means then or so. Entonces is a great sequencing word. You can say, first I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that. Primero voy a comer, entonces voy a dormir. That's a great way to use the word entonces. For number 4, I put compartir. Compartir means to share, and I always remember that because when we share something, we part with it. Compartir, or we part with some of it. And oír, I chose because it is one of the grammar lessons as well. Oír means to hear. So the TTT assignment is usually 10 words. I chose 5 just so this video didn't go on forever. And now I'm going to use them in sentences. Okay, sentence number 1. Notice how I underlined the word that I chose. And let's go over sentence number 1. Mis amigos y yo paseamos juntos en el parque. Now notice that mis amigos y yo is my subject, my friends and I, so that's like saying we. So I conjugate pasear in the nosotros form. Mis amigos y yo paseamos juntos. Paseamos juntos. We go for a walk together en el parque. Look at number 2. Now notice here in number 2, I have that structure I was talking about, antes plus de plus infinitive. Antes de ir would translate like this. Before going, so antes plus de plus ir indicates before something is happening. And when you want to use a verb, you would keep that in the infinitive form. So my sentence number 2 is, antes de ir a la escuela, yo siempre como un desayuno muy rico. Can you think about what that might mean? Antes de ir a la escuela, yo siempre como un desayuno muy rico. Before going to school, I always eat a tasty breakfast. Now the word rico is probably a new word. Rico means rich or tasty if you're talking about food. I could also say sabroso. That's a synonym for tasty. You could say, antes de ir a la escuela, yo siempre como un desayuno muy sabroso. Muy delicioso is another way to say it. Look at number 3. I chose to use 2 sentences here and 2 different sequencing words. So primero is a great sequencing word, and so is entonces. This sets us up for having an excellent paragraph. If we were in school, we would do some paragraph developments with these words. But let's look at number 3. Primero, yo hago ejercicio, entonces yo ceno con mi familia. Ooh, super sentences, capitals, and periods, señora. There we go. That looks better. So let's look at number 3 again. Primero, yo hago ejercicio, entonces yo ceno con mi familia. Can you think about what that means? First, I exercise. Notice there's a go in the yo form, yo hago. This comes from the verb hacer. First, I exercise. Then I have dinner with my family. I'm talking a lot about food and exercise in my sentences, things that I love. Okay, here comes number 4. The verb is compartir, which means to share. And remember, when we share something, we part with some of it, compartir. And I chose to conjugate it, and I used myself as a subject, la señora Bert. And remember, whenever we're talking about Mr. or Mrs., we have to use el or la. La señora Bert nunca, do you remember that word, nunca? Nunca comparte el chocolate. Now, that is not true, but I like to say that. La señora Bert nunca comparte el chocolate. Can you think about what that means? Mrs. Bert never shares chocolate. And finally, number 5, I chose to use a form of the verb oír. Remember, oír is a very irregular verb, oír, to hear. Oigo, oyes, oye, oímos, oís, oyen. My last sentence is, yo oigo la risa de mis niñas. La risa is probably a new word for you. La risa means laughter. Yo oigo la risa de mis niñas. Can you think about what that means? I hear the laughter of my children, or my children's laughter. Remember, we don't use apostrophe S, we use de, and we switch it up. Yo oigo la risa de mis niñas. Okay, clase, I hope that looking at my TTT sentences were helpful to you. I hope this was a good review of your vocabulary and some of the grammar that we've done this year. Make sure that you have your own 2.3 TTT, and I will give you a response to go along with this video. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hasta muy pronto, clase. Hasta muy pronto.